Hello friends, in last lecture we saw some questions from first exercise. Okay, so we'll continue with the same. So here is the very first question. That is question number 6. On comparing the ratios, okay, exercise 1, question number 6. Okay, on comparing the ratios a1 upon a2, b1 upon b2 and c1 upon c2, find out whether the following pair of linear equations find out whether the following pair of linear equations are consistent or inconsistent, are consistent or inconsistent. Okay, in last lecture we solved a similar type of question. Over there again we the question was there that by comparing the ratios we have to identify whether the pair of linear equations are intersecting lines, parallel lines or coincident lines. And over here same thing we have to do, but over here we have to identify whether the pair of systems are consistent or inconsistent. So let us see in this first one. Pair of linear equations are 3x plus 2y is equal to 5. Okay, 3x plus 2y is equal to 5, and another equation is 2x minus 3y is equal to 7. Now these two equations are actually not in the standard form, that is a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, but still it will work because the constant term is on the right hand side. So in both the equations constant term either should be on the left hand side or on the right hand side, then we will consider that as a standard form. So here equations are standard form. So here we can write on comparing the given equations with a1x plus b1y is equal to c1 and a2x plus b2y is equal to c2, we get, okay, what we get? We get the values of a1 b1 c1 and a2 b2 c2. So we'll get a1 is equal to 3, b1 is equal to 2 and c1 is equal to 5. Okay, a2 is equal to 2, b2 is equal to minus 3 and c2 is equal to 7. So here we got the values of a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2. Now what we have to find out whether they are consistent or inconsistent. Okay, so to identify that for the consistent there must be at least one solution. That means there must be either unique solution or infinite solution, and the condition for that is a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2. So first of all I will find the value of a1 upon a2. So now a1 upon a2 is equal to 3 by 2. Okay, and b1 upon b2 is equal to 2 upon minus 3, that is minus 2 upon 3. So clearly these two are not equal, so no need to find c1 upon c2. Over here I can conclude that a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, therefore the given pair of equation gives you consistent system. Okay, so here I can conclude. So here a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, therefore given pair of equation is consistent. Therefore, given pair of equation is consistent. Okay, so in this way you have to solve this. So please note it down, then we will see the next question. Okay, now we'll see one more question from this. So question number third, that means third part of the sixth, that we'll see the next. Okay, so equation are 3 by 2x plus 5 by 3y, 3 by 2x plus 5 by 3y is equal to 7, and another equation is 9x minus 10y is equal to 14. 9x minus 10y is equal to 14. Now very first thing that I can observe over here, that here coefficient of y is positive, here coefficient of y is negative. So but obvious a1 upon a2 is not going to be equal to the b1 upon b2, because a1 upon a2 whatever it is will be positive, and here b1 upon b2 is going to be negative. So but obvious in this pair of linear equation has no unique solution, and that means consistent, but still let us solve it properly. Okay, so on comparing the given equations, with a1x plus b1y is equal to c1 and a2x plus b2y is equal to c2, we get, okay, what we get the values of a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2. We get a1 is equal to 3 upon 2, okay, b1 is equal to 5 upon 3, and c1 is equal to 7. Also we get a2 is equal to 9, b2 is equal to minus 10, and c2 is equal to 14. Okay, after obtaining the values of a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2, now we do find a1 upon a2 and b1 upon b2 first. So a1 upon a2 is equal to 3 upon 2 upon 9, that is 3 upon 2 multiplied by 9. So here I can cancel, so 1 upon 6. Okay, it is 3 upon 2. So 3 3s are 9, so here I will get 3, 3 to the 6, so 1 upon 6. And b1 upon b2, here I will get the value of b1 upon b2, that is b1 upon b2 is 5 upon 3 divided by minus 10. So here I do get 5 upon 3 multiplied 10, and hence I will get again here minus 1 upon 6. Okay, minus 1 upon 6. So a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2. For a while, if I make it positive, for a while if I say this is positive, so this will become positive, then in that case a1 upon a2 will be equal to b1 upon b2 and it won't be equal to c1 upon c2. But over here we'll go according to the question. So here definitely a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2. So here a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, therefore given pair of equation has or is consistent. Don't forget to write this concluding line. Whatever they are asking, we have to write our final answer in that manner only. So here they were asking you whether it is consistent or not consistent, so we have to give that statement as our final answer. So given pair of equation is consistent. So this is the second one, third one. Now note it down, then we'll see the next one. Okay, now we'll see one more from this. Okay, so we'll see one more question from the question number 6 itself, and then we come to the question number 7th. Okay, we'll see fourth one. Okay, the equations are 5x minus 3y equal to 11. 5x minus 3y is equal to 11, and another equation is minus 10x plus 6y. Minus 10x plus 6y is equal to minus 22. Okay, so again we'll start from the same. So so on comparing the given equation with a1x plus b1y plus is equal to c1 and a2x plus b2y equal to c2, we get a1 is equal to 5, b1 is equal to minus 3, c1 is equal to 11. Similarly, we'll get a2 equal to minus 10, b2 is equal to 6, and C2 is equal to minus 22. Okay, we got A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2. Now what we'll do next, we'll find A1 upon A2. So now A1 upon A2, okay, we need to find all ratios. So A1 upon A2 is 5 upon minus 10, which gives you minus 1 upon 2. Now we'll find B1 upon B2, and if A1 upon A2 is not equal to B1 upon B2, we won't continue this. Okay, that means we won't find C1 upon C2. So here B1 upon B2 is minus 3 upon 6, that is minus 1 upon 2. So yes, here they are equal. That means we need to find C1 upon C2. So now C1 upon C2 is equal to 11 upon minus 22, that is again equal to minus 1 by 2. So here all three ratios are equal. Okay, and when all three ratios are equal, we do get infinitely many solutions. That means again the system is consistent. Okay, so here A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 upon B2 is equal to C1 upon C2. Therefore, given pair of equation is consistent. Okay, so note it down. Then we'll see the next question. Okay, now we'll see question number 7th. Which of the following pairs of linear equation are consistent, inconsistent? If consistent, obtain the solution graphically. Okay, so again we have to do the same thing, just only thing, after finding whether they are consistent or inconsistent, then we have to obtain the solution of that pair of linear equation with the help of graphical method. So we'll see one question for this. Okay, question number 7th. It says that which of the following pair of the linear equation is consistent, inconsistent. So let me solve here. First one of this, x plus y equal to 5. Okay, x plus y is equal to 5 and x minus y and x minus y, sorry, and 2x plus 2y equal to 10. 2x plus 2y is equal to 10. 2x plus 2y is equal to 10. Okay, so just by looking the equation we can say it has consistent, because there will be infinite solution. A1 upon A2, B1 upon B2 and C1 upon C2 are going to be equal over here. So let us see how to solve this. Okay, on comparing the given equations, on comparing the given equations with a1x plus b1y is equal to c1 and a2x plus b2y is equal to c2, we get a1 is equal to 1, b1 is equal to again 1 and c1 is equal to 5. a2 is equal to 2, b2 is equal to 2, c2 is equal to 10. Okay, we have to follow the same method, because here again we have to first identify whether the given pair of linear equation is consistent or inconsistent. In case of consistent, then we have to find the solution by graphical method. Okay, so now a1 upon a2 is equal to 1 upon 2. Okay, b1 upon b2 is again 1 upon 2, and c1 upon c2. Okay, c1 upon c2, that is 5 by 10, that is again 1 by 2. So here all three ratios are equal. Easily we can see the given pair of equation is consistent. Okay, so here a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2. Therefore, given pair of equation is consistent. Okay, two more things we got, that there must be infinite solution because all three ratios are equal, as well as if we draw their graph, we'll find the lines are coinciding. So after this, what next we have to do, we have to find the solution for each of these lines. So now, okay, for x plus y equal to 5, we'll get the solution in this way. Okay, x and y. If I put x equal to 0, y will be 5. If I put equal to 2, y will be 3. So these two solutions are sufficient. Now for second equation, that is 2x plus 2y is equal to 10. Okay, for this again we need to find two solutions. In this way, x, y. So now if I put x equal to 2, okay, if I put x equal to, let it be x equal to 3, so 2 3s are 6 plus 2y is equal to 10, so 10 minus 6 is 4, so y will be 2. If I put x equal to, sorry, if I put y equal to 0, then x is equal to 5. If I put y equal to 0, x is equal to 5. So these are the solution of the equations. Now we have to draw the graph for these two equations. So let me draw the graph over here. Okay, you can see on x-axis we have to go up to 5, and on y-axis again we have to go up to 5. Okay, so x-axis, here this is y-axis, so this is 1 2 3 4 and this is 5. Okay, over here this I can take as 1 2, this is 3 4 and 5. This is origin, that is 0. Now I'll plot the points for the first equation, 0 comma 5, x 0 y 5, x 0 y 5. This is the first point. Then x 2 y 3, x 2 y 3. Okay, now if I draw the line, this will be the Okay, in this way I'll get the graph or the straight line for the first equation. Okay, now for the second equation. Okay, for the second equation, okay, for the second equation I'm using second different marker. So 3 comma 2, x3 y2, x3 y2. So this will be the first point for the second equation, and x5 y0, x5 y0. Okay, this x5 y0, this, and that was the point over here. Okay, and for that points were this. Okay, so for the first equation, this was the line of the first one. Okay, and for the second one, okay, if you draw this, these two lines by default are going to uh, get this point. So this is the actually graph of the first line, and this is again, if I join these 2 points, you can see they will overlap. So actually you will get us only one line in this way. Okay, so this is the graph of the given pair of equation, and here we have to find their solution. So concluding line we can write uh, as uh, as the lines are coinciding, the given pair of equation, the given pair of equation has infinitely many solutions. Okay, so this is the solution for this type of question. That means in which first you have to obtain whether the given pair of equation is consistent or inconsistent, then you have to draw then you have to find the solution with the help of the graph. So for that, first I got the solution for the first equation, then this equation. Okay, and after plotting the points on the graph, we obtain that two lines, that means which represent the first and second equation, are actually coinciding. As the lines are coinciding, we'll say the given pair of equation has infinitely many solutions. This you have to write after the graph. So I hope this is clear to you, so please note it down. Okay, now we will see question number 8. Half the perimeter of a rectangular garden, half the perimeter of a rectangular garden of a rectangular garden whose length is 4 meter more, whose length is 4 meter more, whose length is 4 meter more than its width, then its width is 36 meter, is 36 meter. Find the dimensions of the garden. Find the dimensions of the garden. Okay, so here a situation is given to find the dimension, that means to find the length and breadth of the garden. First of all, we have to find, we have to convert this statement into the mathematical form. That means you have to convert, or we have to find linear equation in two variables. Two equations we have to obtain, and then by solving them we'll be able to get the values of x and y. So try for a while by yourself, then I will give you its solution. Okay, so here they are asking half the perimeter of the rectangular garden. So first of all, you must know the perimeter of the garden. That means formula to find the perimeter of garden, which is rectangular. Okay, that means you must know the formula of perimeter of a rectangle. Now it is as it's a rectangle, it is a two-dimensional figure. So there are two things, that is length and the width. So first of all, we'll assume what length is and what width is. So suppose okay, it is given length is 4 more than its width. Suppose length of rectangular garden is x and that of width is y meters. Okay, here again I have to write x meters. Okay, so we assume that is x meters and that of width is y meters. So here we got its length and width in terms of x and y. Now it is given that length is 4 more than its width, and it is also given half perimeter is 36. So using these two statements we have to obtain the equation. So now see, it is given that length is 4 more than its width. Now length is 4 more than its width. Therefore I can say length, that is x. Okay, length is assumed as x. Length is 4 more, that means we have to add something, isn't it? When I say this much is that much more, that means we have to add something. Length is 4 more than its width. So this gives you first equation, x minus y is equal to 4. Okay, now in the similar way you have to obtain one more equation, and then by solving them we'll get the values of x and y. Okay, now second equation, it is given half the perimeter of that garden is 36 meter. Now half perimeter of uh, garden garden is 36 meter. Therefore, now perimeter of a rectangle is twice of length plus width. So half 1 by 2 half multiplied by perimeter, that is 2x plus y. Okay, this 2x plus y is the perimeter. 2 into L plus B is the perimeter, and we have to make it half, and that is equal to 36. Now this 2 and 2 I can cancel, so x plus y is equal to 36. This is my second equation. Now we have to solve these two equations, and till now we have only one method, that is graphical method. So this I am giving you as homework, that you have to solve these two equations with the help of graphical method. So note it down up to this point. Okay, so this is the next question that we'll see. Exercise 1, question number 10th. Draw the graph of these two. Okay, and first of all we have to draw the graph for these two. Then determine the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle. Now which triangle? That must be found by these two lines as well as x-axis. Also shade the triangular region. Now over here they are asking to shade the triangular region. It is quite possible. They do ask find the area of that triangle. So first of all let us draw the graph of these two lines, and to draw the graph of these two lines, first of all we have to find the solution. So let us see how to solve this. So for uh, x minus y plus 1 equal to 0. Okay, first of all I need to find the two solutions so that I can draw its graph. Okay, this is x and y. So if I put y 0, if I put y equal to 0, I will get x equal to minus 1. If I put x equal to 0, okay, if I put x equal to 0, y equal to 0 gives me x equal to minus 1. If I put y equal to 0, okay, if I put y equal to 0, then definitely I will get x equal to minus 1. So y 0, now I will put x equal to 0. X equal to 0 gives me y equal to 1. Okay, so this is sufficient. Now for the second one, for second equation, that is 3x plus 2y. 3x plus 2y minus 12 equal to 0. Okay, so here again we need to find two values of x and y to draw the plot or to plot the graph. So x and y. So if I put for a while, suppose I put x equal to 0. Okay, if I put x equal to 0, I will get 2y equal to 12 and y will be equal to 6. Now if I put y equal to 0, then 3x minus 12 is equal to 0. So 3x equal to 12 and x gives me 4. Okay, so this is easiest way to get the two values by putting first x equal to 0, then y equal to 0. Okay, so these two equations are this. Now we have to plot the graph. We have to draw the graph. So first of all, as we can see that in x-axis we have to go in positive direction up to 4 and in negative direction f2 minus, and in y I need only positive direction. So according to that I will draw this x-axis and y-axis. Okay, this I can say is minus 1, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that is sufficient. Now in y direction it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, this is y-axis, this is x-axis. Okay, so first point is minus 1 comma 0, x minus 1 y 0. So this will be the first point only. Then x 0 y 1, this is the second point. So x 0 y 1, so I have to draw the graph in this way. Okay, as well as in this way. This is the graph for the first equation. Now in the similar way I have to draw the graph for the second equation, x0 y6, x0 y6. So this will be the first point. Let me take it with another colors, x0 y6. Okay, x0 y6, x4 y0, x4 y0. This is the second one. Okay, approximate something like this, you will get the graph of this. Okay, now here if you observe, you can find there are actually, this is the one triangle, this is smaller one. Okay, this is another triangle, this is the third triangle. There are three triangles we are getting over here. Okay, if I extend this on both direction, because this is the line, so we should do like this. Okay, now what we have to find, we have to find the vertices of the triangular region which is formed by these two lines and x-axis formed by these two lines. So this is the first line, green one, sorry, black one, and the green one is the second, and x-axis. That means they are talking about this. Okay. So this is the one triangle. Okay. So we have to find the vertices of this triangle. Okay. So let me name it A, B, and C. Okay. Let this point is A, B, and this point is C. So very first thing, according to question, the vertices of the, okay, now here I do write vertices of triangle ABC. Okay, vertices of the triangle ABC. Or why I took triangle ABC? See, again, if I say this point D, then one triangle AD and this. Okay, let me name this point is D. Let me name this point is Z. Okay, and this is already O. So here one triangle is triangle ABC, another triangle is DAZ, and another and third triangle is BOD. So there are three triangles which we are getting over here. So you have to take care of this thing, that which triangle they are asking. Here they are asking the triangle which is enclosed between the lines and the x-axis. So vertices of required triangle, vertices of triangle triangle enclosed between given lines and x axis, that is triangle ABC. So for A coordinates are see this, if you see, it is x2 y3, so 2 comma 3. Okay, then B for second point, it is x minus 1 y 0, minus 1 comma 0, and C is 4 comma 0. So these are the vertices of the required triangle. So first of all note it down, then we'll see some more variation in the same question, but first of all note it down. Okay, as it is written, shade the triangular region. So in this way we can shade this triangular region. Okay. Okay, so I hope you noted down this. Now I am adding some more questions in the same, and that's why I am removing this. can also add this in your material or in your textbook. Okay, after this also find the area of triangles enclosed between. Now in this first one, enclosed between what? Enclosed between. Now in this first one, between x minus y plus 1 equal to 0, comma x equal to 0 and y equal to 0. Okay, second one, 3x plus 2y minus 12 equal to 0, comma x equal to 0 and y equal to 0. Third one, x minus y plus 1 equal to 0, comma 3x plus 2y minus 12 equal to 0 and x equal to 0. Fourth one, x minus y plus 1 equal to 0, comma 3x plus 2y minus 12 equal to 0, comma y equal to 0. Now first of all, you should understand x equal to 0 means I am talking about y axis, and y equal to 0 I am talking about x axis. Okay, x equal to 0 y axis, y equal to 0 x axis. That is the concept of previous classes. Okay, so there are 4 questions in which we have to find the area in all 4 cases. First case says the first equation and both the axes. Okay, x equal to 0, y equal to 0. First equation, if you see in the diagram, first equation I took by black marker. So this is the first equation. So this time, first of all, let me remove this. Okay, so this is the first equation. So triangle enclosed between first equation and x equal to 0 and y equal to 0. That means this is the required triangle. It is enclosed between first equation, that is x minus y plus 1 equal to 0, and x equal to 0, that is y axis, and y equal to 0, that is x axis. So that is triangle BOD. So here I am giving the answer. So area triangle BOD. Now it is very easy to find the area. See, this is 1 unit, this is again 1 unit. Don't go with the minus because we have to just find the length. So this OB is 1 unit, this OD is again 1 unit, and we know area of triangle is half base into height. So here I do write 1 by 2 into OB multiplied by OD. That is 1 by 2 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 1. So 1 by 2 square units. Okay, or it's better to write unit square. Okay, I hope you got this. Area of the triangle, see, just you have to identify the required triangle which is enclosed between the given set of lines. So here x minus y plus 1 equal to 0 is this line. Okay, x equal to 0 is this line, that is y axis, and y equal to 0 is this line. So these 3 lines enclose this triangle, its name is BOD, so we got its area. Now second one, area of triangle. Now second says second line and both the axes. So this is the second line, this green one is the second line, and both the axes, that means this. Okay, so actually this time this is the area, this triangle. Okay, this is the required triangle ZOC, triangle ZOC, isn't it? Between the green line and x axis and y axis. Okay, this is y axis, this is x axis. So this is equal to 1 by 2 into. Okay, so this will be considered as base and this will be height. So OC multiplied by OZ. OC multiplied by OZ. So 1 by 2. Now it is very easy to find the length OC. O to C. This length is 4 units. Okay. And OZ. This length is 6 units. So area of triangle will be 12 unit square. Okay, now in the similar way we'll go for the third one. Third one says these two equations and x-axis. Okay, so I am giving you 1 minute to do it by your own, then I will give you its solution. Okay, now again this equation, that means this black one, this one, this is the first equation, this is the second equation, and x equal to 0, that is y axis. So x equal to 0, that is y axis. So this, so actually this will be the area of triangle. This y axis, this is first equation, this is second equation. This area you have to find. Okay, this area you have to find. So here this will be the height and this much will be the length. Okay, so this height you can get easily, and this with the help of graph you can find easily. I think this must be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. This point is 0, 1, x0, y1, x0. Okay, so this point, so this much distance is 1. So for this I can say area triangle ZDA, triangle DAZ, again 1 by 2 into base. Now this time base will be this D to Z, DZ, and height will be this A, and let I am saying it is H only. So height is H. So 1 upon 2 into base. Now dz, see this much is 1 unit, and from here to here it is 6 units. From O to Z it is 6 units, and this much is 1 unit. So dz will be 5 units multiplied by, and this one, this we know is 2. Okay, this distance is 2. So height is 2. So answer will be 5 unit square. Then fourth, finally, area triangle, which triangle? Now these two line and y equal to 0, that is x-axis. So this is x-axis. Okay, this is x-axis. This is the first line, and this is the second line. Okay, so this triangle ABC, the triangle that was actually given in the question. Over there they just asked the vertices, coordinates of the vertices, and here I am saying to find area. So 1 by 2. Now for triangle ABC, base is BC, and height, this will be the height. Okay, this will be the height. I am saying it A for a while because already H is over there, or better to write, if you write it H1, then do write it H2. Okay, so height 1 by 2. Now this B to C is up to this is 4 and 1 5, and height this much is 3 units. Okay, you can see this much is 3 units, so 3. So this will be 15 by 2, or I can write 7.5 unit square. Okay, so in this way we can find the area of the required triangle. So please note it down. Okay, so this is the homework for this lecture. Please note it down. Okay, so that is all about this lecture. Now we'll meet in next lecture. Till then, bye. Thank you.